Welcome, Earthlings! From the minds of Dylan Oltoft and Rob McNair, we bring you Laughing on a Thread!
1, 2, 3, 4. Come sucks my Texas chainsaw.
5, 6, 7, 8. I watch Hostel to masturbate.
Yeah!
Woo!
So, Dylan, what are we doing tonight?
Well, thank you very much for attending today, Rob.
No. Thank you, Dylan.
No, it's
For
absolutely
inviting me.
absolutely my pleasure. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to a very refined and, I would say, engaging episode of Laughing on a
It's
Prayer.
downright classy.
It's downright euphoric.
Yes.
My name is Dylan Oltoft, and this is Rob.
Yes. Just Rob.
Just Rob.
I don't have a second name.
Like Cher and Madonna.
Yeah.
And today, we are going to be doing horror, motherfucker!
Sorry, that was not the sound.
Okay, you
That was
guys,
not the sound of a chainsaw. That was the sound of your mum's vibrator.
to be fair here, I just realised, people that couldn't hear me kind of just heard that, people just heard the sound. I was doing the fucking Leatherface movements as I made that noise.
See, I was trying to do that as well. But then I feel like also at the beginning I was like,
I sound like the Elephant Man coming. Or, no, not the Elephant Man. What's his name? Thingy from Goonies.
See,
Like-
hey you guys.
Well, minute 30 in, we're cancelled.
Oh yes, because Goonies was. I mean, the thing is, like, who fucking cares?
It's alright, we're not famous enough to get cancelled.
No.
I've always maintained that as a point. Cancel isn't about social justice, it's about fame. Derek the racist butcher down the road is never cancelled on Twitter, is he? It's about
Yeah.
fame. Famous
Yeah.
people are brought down,
Yeah,
no
it's
one else
like,
is.
It's like, you know, when you're at school and you're reading To Kill a Mockingbird and your teacher says the N-word like a little too enthusiastically.
Do you remember the one time I referenced that and I accidentally said To Kill a Mockingjay?
Oh wait, no. Sorry, it's not the N-word, it's the gamer word. 'Cause, I mean, we've, like, for those of you who played Call of Duty in the day, it's the gamer word.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of black gamers like going through the 2000s and like Halo 3 lobbies and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lobbies and all that. Fucking nerves of steel.
Yeah, although to be fair,
Did
Dave Chappelle's...
they
Dave
even
Chappelle-
bother buying a microphone? It's like, no. That being
Like-
said, apparently GTA 5 online was not much better.
I mean, GTA 5's just not a good game.
Really, didn't like it.
No, I played...
Everyone lost their cum over it.
I think... Did they?
Apparently.
Oh, I didn't.
I didn't mind GTA 4 if it wasn't for the, hey cousin, let's go bowling every 5 minutes. Because, Nikov Velik, feel free to correct me. Nico Velik was...
GTA 4 was quality.
Yeah, GTA 4, because Nico was actually a really amazing and well-written third-dimensional character. What did you like about GTA 5? Was it the fact there was 3, like, main characters, or...?
Oh, no, I just didn't. I think...
Did you play all of it?
No.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why is because I think there was so much hype around it about it being amazing, and then when I actually played it, I was like, it's basically just GTA 4. It's GTA 4.5. Like, there's very little difference about like actual gameplay in it.
To be
Do you know what I mean? Like the actual gameplay, like there's very little difference. So like, it's not like I'm playing a new game.
Well, it's been the same game since GTA 3 or Vice City. All they've really ever done is upgraded the graphics and given you different gangsters.
Yeah, well that's.
I mean, you
that's
got to
not
stay
what I
true
want.
to the original IP, but
Yeah, but
without.
that's-
If you divert it too far enough, like for example, Battlefield once did a Battlefield Hardline, where they made it a cops versus robbers sort of thing,
Yeah.
and that was
but then
shit.
you have like Rainbow Six Siege, which is the same concept of like cops versus robbers, but it's good. But like
I like the
Halo
Rainbow
3,
Six games.
I love Halo 3. Fucking sick game. Halo Reach, I love that game. But they're basically completely two different games, but it's the same like Halo game. And
Did you ever play ODST?
Oh yeah, I played ODST. I loved ODST.
Really?
Oh yeah, I loved
It's one of those
ODST.
hated renditions.
Oh yes, well I
Up
know
there with Guardians.
But I like Halo ODST because like you're not like a super soldier. You're just a regular dude. I'm talking about the campaign here, basically. Actually,
Yeah.
so the campaign, you're just basically a regular dude, and you have to you're way more vulnerable. You're not like a Spartan where you can just soak up ammunition and be fine. Like soak up like bullets.
Unless
and
they've
shit.
got an energy sword
You're
or those
fine.
power hammers.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. And like even in the campaign, it's like you can get an energy sword, but you only get like maybe 2 strikes with it, and then it's done. So like you really have to like actually play tactically. Like you don't have unlimited just smash with the energy sword.
I think it's often
shit.
unfair that a lot of people equate the energy sword. Oh, it's a lightsaber. You realise in Japanese anime and manga, like energy swords and laser swords existed before fucking Star Wars,
Yeah.
right? They weren't the people that invented it. Not even the noise and shit like that.
Also, it doesn't even look like a lightsaber. Either the energy sword, it looks nothing like a lightsaber.
Maybe closer to Kylo Ren's. in a
I think
way.
it looks cooler than a lightsaber and an energy sword.
I guess
also
tactically
love
it
the
makes
hammer.
sense because you got energy around like your hand and all
Oh no,
that
but it
sort of
doesn't
thing.
look like it. It's not like a sword like a hilt and a blade. It's like this sort of thing that it's I don't know. I think it looks.
Oh, I'd like a lot more diversity in lightsabers. Why not a lightsaber that has that design or a lightsaber that has in the
I'd like a light axe or something.
your partner is a
a
massive fan
mace.
of like Star Wars. I believe it's Rebels and stuff like that. And in those in that animated series, the Inquisitors have these lightsabers that almost look like crucifixes. It's honestly
Imagine
insane.
if you had like a lightsaber that was like an axe
Yeah.
or like a mace.
Why not a lightsaber that's like a whole shield and anything that touches it disintegrates?
Yeah, how fucking cool! You have like your lightsaber sword and then like your lightsaber shield.
Yeah, if you have this energy thing that completely obliterates matter, why would you narrow it down to a thin pole?
Yeah, and
why
also,
not make it a
you don't-
giant wall?
Also, like have like a hilt made of Beskar or whatever it is that the Mandalorians make it out of. So lightsabers don't go through Beskar. And shit, like
Let's not
put a
go into the
hilt on-
Mandalorian here.
Put a hilt on your goddamn. Okay, yeah, no,
Kylo
we're getting off.
Kylo Ren's thing had a hilt.
Kylo Ren's, yeah, no, it did, but it was like pointless because at what point in any of those films does his hilt actually come into effect?
I swear he used it against Finn, the
Oh yes,
John Boyega's character
yeah,
in the snow.
the irrelevant character.
Yeah, they really fucking did him dirty.
I don't know why, because like as much as
Was he in the
People-
third one?
I don't know, I fell asleep. I got really bored real quick.
You need to stop doing that in movies. You
Hey,
did that
hey,
in Spider-Man.
hey. Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. Okay.
You narcoleptic fuck.
But in my defense, I stayed awake through the entirety of the Batman film. A whole 3 hours. I stayed awake.
That
through
makes
the-
it further nonsensical. How did you...
No, it makes me. It. You should be more proud of me for staying awake through the longest of those films.
So the colourful, bouncy movies put you to sleep, but the slow,
No.
drudging...
No. Good movies keep me awake. Bad movies put me to sleep.
There you go.
I said it. That's right. Put it in your mouth. Fucking swallow it.
We no longer need the Rotten Tomatoes meter. We just need the Rob sleep scale.
Yes.
So Rob, so between zero, fully awake, and fully asleep, how was the movie?
Which movie are you talking about?
At what point did you fall asleep in the movie, and that makes it a 4 or 5 out of 10?
Spider-Man, I fell asleep when Ned was doing some dumb shit with a ring, and I was like,
Okay, that needs
okay.
context.
So basically, Ned was doing some dumb shit with a ring.
Okay,
Like
thank you for
Doctor
clarifying.
Doctor Strange's ring.
Oh my God! What?
And
Take a seat, Mr. Strange, right over there.
and yeah, why'd you ever sit around there? What? Can you imagine that? Chris Hansen just coming through, like coming in the door, like with Ned, like
He's Mephisto.
Why, what are you doing here? All right, so you're.
He should have
here.
said that to Mr. Stark when he recruited Peter.
I gotta do my Chris Hansen. So Ned, you're in here with this ring, doing this with potentially this person that doesn't know why they're here. What do you think would have happened? Sorry, I love fucking T-Cat. Come on, T-Cat. Anyway, yeah, no, I fell asleep when he was like trying to do some magic.
Surprised you haven't bought like the DVD box set. Have they
You
released
can't,
those?
no.
Really?
No, funnily enough,
You could buy a box set of the Osama bin Laden videos.
Funnily, To Catch a Predator is not a DVD box set.
Huh.
I mean, if it was, do you think I wouldn't own it? Come on, Dylan. I would have bought that shit like.
Do you think they do that of like soap operas? Can you get like DVD box sets of like Coronation Street?
Oh yeah, they do it like Friends and shit, don't they?
Well, that Friends is finished, but like something like Coronation Street, that's still going.
Oh, maybe.
What season is that on?
I don't know. I don't.
Do they go by seasons, soap operas?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch like Coronation.
That's the point. Who fucking cares?
Or
Yes, today we are going to be talking a horror film. Long time knowers.
We're going to be pitching a horror film.
Yes, we are. People that are aware of the laughing on a prayer law know
Which, if you are, then
Law.
seek help.
would know that me and Rob not too long ago pitched a Hollywood blockbuster sci-fi action film.
It was a bit of a time ago. I think it was last year. I think it was 2021. Yeah, we did sci-fi.
Quick shout out to George Evans. I still have those pictures that George Evans is an amazing artist. Check out his page on Instagram and Facebook.
Also, check out our 5 in a Hat Instagram where you will see his artwork on there. Thank you, Georgie E. We love you. And
but he made artist renditions of our pitch for that sci-fi movie. And George, I challenge you to do whatever the fuck we're going to come up with here. Yeah. So me and Rob are going to be pitching a horror film off the cuff of our ass. Maybe it'll be a series. Maybe it'll be a trilogy.
That's a phrase. Off the cuff of our ass. That is a phrase.
Oh, I need that. I need to use that more. Off the cuff of my ass.
Yeah. Yes, we are going to be doing that, and well, fuck it. You know what? Let's just, fucking just dive headfirst into it. Right, Dylan. What kind of horror film do you think we should start making?
I think it obviously one of the biggest focal points, because we once did a episode about horror films. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to have a specific, for example, the fucking hell, the not the theme, the antagonistic entity.
Ah, yes.
Are we gonna have our killer be mortal, supernatural, or spectral?
Interesting.
Is it going to be a human, a monster, or a spirit?
Well, I will say that personally, I like horror films where the monster is actually human because it's like more real.
Right.
Like if it's a serial killer or something like that, it's like more real, and I kind of like the idea that like it's real. Like if it's supernatural, I'm just like, okay. It's supernatural. It could be good. It could be done well. But when it's like an actual person, I like to put myself into the shoes of that, like the character, like the protagonist, and be like, how would I fight this horror? Like, how would I fight this villain? Do you know what I mean?
I absolutely agree with you. And if I can pitch my idea for my human thing, what I think would be cool is it's sort of a slasher horror. Because to be honest, I kind of enjoy horror movies that can be a little bit campy. Like, for example, I quite enjoy the old fucking Friday the 13th movies. Or Cabin, or stuff like that. So Halloween. I enjoy slasher movies. So this is a guy I have an idea of. His backstory is like he was a young boy that was kidnapped Jedi style, and he was a young boy that was kidnapped Jedi style by a secret order that wanted to use him as an assassin.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to say go totally different way there.
No, QAnon theorists, fuck off. So it's a young boy that was...
Sorry, and the organisation is going to be Whole E-Wood.
Fucking hell. And they want to use him as an
Never heard of an organisation that kidnaps and rapes children like that.
As an assassin. So what they do is, the first thing they do is they cut out his tongue, and this is going to be really...
So he can't speak.
This is going to be really visually thin, because you see it happen to a child, so that's going to be really disturbing to watch. You see a see his tongue cut out, and then his mouth is sewn up. and the idea this person is
Yes.
he's grown to be a psychopathic killer. The
And his
idea.
nickname is going to be Stitch Lips.
I was thinking the Silence.
Oh yeah, but that's already a Doctor Who alien though.
Oh shit! Well, something like because the idea is that
Stitch Lips.
Stitch Lips, and the thing is, you
Or like-
never hear him coming, and it's
Yeah, exactly.
It's sort of like the idea. Have you ever seen the horror movie about that? What was it fucking called? It was this blind guy that if you made any noise,
Daredevil. Sorry.
it was a blind old guy, and if he heard you, he was able to kill you.
Shit! Oh, what the fuck is that film? Yes, I know that film though.
Yeah, these kids
what's the
break
name?
into this guy's house, and he's blind. And he turns out to be a
Oh.
psychopath.
Oh fuck! What is that film?
What was it?
I
like,
know
Don't
that film.
Speak or something like that.
Don't speak.
Uh,
Fuck! I need to look this up. I know
Okay.
I know the film you're talking about.
It was pretty good.
Don't speak. Apparently that's.
The picture's still going. We're just
Don't
clarifying.
speak.
Hey. So yeah, while you're looking that up, the young boy is raised in this lab, trained to be like the ultimate killer. He's like put through torture every day, so he no longer feels pain, sort of thing. So we're given. This is like the opening
Maybe it's
10
not
minutes.
Don't speak. It looks like it's like an alien. Here.
Don't breathe. I think it's Don't Breathe.
Oh, I think it's Don't Breathe.
Yeah. So
That sounds.
So the
familiar.
opening 10 minutes is this young boy. You see his tongue cut off, his mouth stitched up, and he's trained and beaten, sort of like in 300. He's beaten and all that, so he no longer really feels pain. You see him go through these surgeries and all that.
Don't breathe.
Yeah, you see him go through these surgeries and all that sort of thing, and then you see him still as a young boy. Maybe he was kidnapped at 6, and now he's like 9 or 10, and you just see him emotionlessly, like blank face, like slit someone's throat.
I've got it. So
What?
like he has his lips stick together, but imagine that he has like a sort of like a heinous kind of like fanged mask or something like over his.
Oh,
thing
like
in,
Winter Soldier style.
Yeah, but like in a sort of like gruesome grin or something. It's just like a metal plate that maybe he's made for himself. Like it's really like crude and like welded, like sort of like metal teeth or something. That'd be fucking cool.
The Stitch Lips. And the thing
Yeah,
is,
the Stitch Lips.
and again, this is just the opening, and they think they have a control over him. They see him grow into like their old man, and as an older man, he's fucking ripped. You know, he has like 0% body fat, total gym goals, and he eventually turns on his captors, fucking murders everybody in the whole compound. There are like still images of hallways decorated in blood, control panels, this whole compound is littered in blood.
Yeah, and there could be like ways that he just like decides to kill people and shit.
Oh yeah, people hanging from chains, discarded torsos.
Imagine, like he could like kill a load of people, and then there's just like CCTV camera shot of just like hands. Like severed hands that are just like hanging from the ceiling that he's put up.
And he's
or
ripped out
something like
eyeballs to use as scanners to escape the compound. Hands to use on panels and shit like that. And the thing is, he escapes out of the compound into these woods. And then it cuts away from that.
What's that film where they do that? I can't remember.
I know horror films taking the woods is a little cliche, but stick with me because I'm going to spin it on its rectum.
Is it a cliche or is it a code and convention of horror?
Ooh.
Isolation.
I like that. So, and it cuts to our antagonists. Who are they? Who gives a fuck? Anyway, no.
They mean protagonists.
Yeah, sorry, our protagonists. Actually, I disagree. I disagree with that statement.
Actually,
because
do you know what? I was actually about to bring it up. That so many like horror movie protagonists are annoying as fuck, and I love watching them die.
Thank you. One of my biggest, but the thing is, I can't. In a lot of olden slasher movies, the antagonists were really likable, so watching them be horribly murdered actually scared you because you could easily empathize, put yourself in their shoes. Oh, that person's funny. I'm funny.
But I love like watching new ones like Wrong Turn and shit, where they're all so annoying.
But doesn't
like,
that make
just
their
cunts.
deaths cathartic?
Yeah, no, it makes it fun.
So do we want this horror film to be a thriller or a horror?
But do we want to care about our protagonists, or do we want to just relish in their pain?
Okay, we need to decide sort of right now. Are we going to make these people likable or hateable?
I want to relish in their pain.
Okay, can we have
I want
one
to
character
make them-
that's likable then? They
Yeah.
can be the survivor. There's
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods,
There's
like
the,
made fun of
also,
like horror film formula where there's always a
The
survivor.
latest Evil Dead. Also, another code and convention of horror is the lone female protagonist. that always comes out at the end.
Oh, the virgin that survives,
Yeah,
sort of
I
thing.
mean, you see, again, Evil Dead, The Descent, things like that. We could do that, but I feel like we need to take a step further because, like, in so many horror films, there's always like the kind of the jock, the stoner, the like the stereotype of the code of convention of horror.
Token black guy.
Yeah, exactly. He always has
Black guy will not die first in our movie. We're just saying that right now. A lot of old scientists die first.
Yeah, we don't even have to have those stereotypes. Could it be scientists? Could it be something like that? Have you seen the film Dog Soldiers?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Oh, I fucking love that movie. Yeah, it could be something like that. I don't know. We let's think outside the box. Let's think. Okay, so
Stitch Lips
4 characters,
has
4 main characters.
Okay.
Should we try that? 4 main characters.
4
maybe
main
5?
characters. You say 2 and I'll do 2.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, I'm thinking like a prostitute
Love it.
who's like a
Male or female?
Male. He's a rent boy.
Ooh, interesting.
All right. He's like a rent boy.
What does he wear?
I don't know what rent boys.
What do they wear, Rob? How do you...
Well, when I'm with them, not very much. But I mean, when
So
I'm
booty
fine.
shorts, fishnets,
Yes,
a crop
booty
top.
short- Yeah, definitely booty shorts.
Get that midriff. He's ripped as well, sort of
Oh.
thing. He's got a six pack.
He's gonna wear like
Got the
Suicide-
cum guts.
No, he's gonna wear Harley Quinn Suicide Squad.
I fucking love that. He's a cosplayer. He's a
Yeah.
rent boy cosplayer, and he's dressed as Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes!
Okay. Got our first character.
And he has a massive dick, so
Yes.
a big bulge.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you for doing my work for me. Dylan, what's your character going to be?
This woman is actually going to be, and this is going to play a part in the story as a role.
Okay,
She is
yes.
actually, she is a woman, she is a psychologist currently trying to get her doctorate, PhD, in child psychology.
Okay. Yes.
She had.
Okay, I'm on board.
She has brown hair. It's tied back in a ponytail. She sort of wears. She likes to wear sort of like tight clothing. She has like an auburn turtleneck with blue jeans. But she wears. She likes to wear heels and that, walking around sort of thing. 'Cause
Okay, yeah.
she's very confident, but a little bit and very sort of maternal. She's very sort of like she's always trying to take care of people. Almost.
She's like the mother figure.
She almost, you could say, has a hero complex. That's why she does this job, because she watched her mother die and wasn't able to help her. Her mother killed herself. And she wasn't
naturally.
able to help her, and that's why she went down this path in her thing.
Maybe we can make our like gang like a sort of weird family. So we got like the mother that you just described. We have like the rent boy.
As you do.
We could have a father figure who could be like a fisherman.
Ooh, I
Something like
love that. A
Someone
fisherman.
or like a lumberjack, someone that does, kind of like manual labour. for a
Lumberjack,
job.
because Stitch Lips went into the woods, and Lumberjack
Yes.
has a cabin out in the woods.
Yeah, exactly. And
Cabin in the woods.
And his name could be Jack Lumber. Right? His name could be Jack Lumber or Jack Lumber.
Yeah.
Because he's a lumberjack. Big, muscular dude. Got a big beard.
Oh, yeah.
Wears plaid. Alright? And then he could have like the most... and maybe he's like a bit of a hillbilly. So we could have like...
Bit of a country bumpkin.
Yeah, so
sort
we
of
could
thing.
have like a Chekhov's gun. And maybe strapped with like the most ridiculous fucking gun there is. Like
No, a crossbow. He has a crossbow.
Yes.
He has like a big crossbow.
Oh, yes, exactly. No, fuck guns. He's got a crossbow.
Yes.
All right, he's got a crossbow. Maybe like a katana.
No, and the bolts of the crossbow he carves himself.
Yes.
He carves
Okay.
the bolts for the crossbow himself, and then some point in the movie he'll carve the guy Stitch Lips' name on his crossbow.
Okay, so he's got a crossbow.
Like a whittler.
Yeah. Okay, so he's got a crossbow.
He made the crossbow himself.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, so he's got this homemade crossbow, but at the same time, he's got like a sword from like the American Revolution or something like
What,
that.
like an officer's sword?
Yeah, from like the American Revolution or some shit that his great grandfather, got.
Revolution or Civil War?
Revolution.
Okay.
It's got to be Revolution.
Fuck the Brits.
Oh, actually, maybe should it be Civil War?
Okay, but are we? If he's
Should they go in?
If he's
and
a
then
country bumpkin, then wouldn't it be a Confederate sword?
No, well, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
It could be a Confederate sword.
Okay, I'm with you.
And maybe we could have like some sort of like thing about it's like, oh look, he's got the Confederate flag, but the thing is, we need this guy to survive. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, no, he might have the Confederate flag, but we need this dude to survive, and he's got a crossbow.
We'll put the flag in the
Confederate
trailer.
sword.
That will definitely get the hashtags rolling.
Yeah, and or maybe they have like a tat. Maybe he like rolls up his sleeve, and then he's got like a Confederate flag tattoo or something.
But can it be wrong? Like the stars are wrong or something because he's an idiot?
Oh yeah.
He's.
Oh yeah.
that's
Are we
the
going to
thing.
make this like a Tucker versus Dale type
Oh,
thing?
no,
Or is this
no.
going to be serious?
Because
I feel like if
it can
we make
have
fun
it.
of-
I want to do black humor, so like sort of like the death of Stalin sort of thing. It's just like there are human errors. These people, they have flaws. It's like
Yeah.
it's like this dark situation, but these are still humans.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay.
So, like, one of the fucking one of the characters, like one of the maybe the most pussy one, like gets hurt, and he's like, "It's okay, I'm gonna help you," and then he like makes a bandage out of a Confederate flag, and then you have like this fucking like ultra liberal Californian person with like a bandage that's made out of a Confederate flag. That would be funny as fuck.
We're still lacking one more character. We've got the doctor, the rent boy,
father.
the crossbow hillbilly, and now we need some sort of like
we
scrawny.
Well,
wimp.
no. We need the female virgin.
Okay, so it's a girl. Maybe she's the youngest of the group. She's an intern for the mother figure, sort of thing, like an assistant or something, like. And
She
she
doesn't-
has to follow her around and.
Or maybe she'd be like a pizza delivery person
Yeah, okay.
or something like that.
And she's on fucking spring break or something.
Or maybe she's just a pizza delivery person that gets caught up in it.
How do we get these people all in the woods? Is what I'm saying. Why is she with them?
Well, I feel like, and this might be a cop out, and if
Okay.
you have a better idea, I really want to hear it because I feel like this might be a cop out. But maybe it's just because like a lot of horror movies don't make huge amounts of sense, and so like maybe it's like, oh yeah, you've been called out to this place. Or maybe it takes place in like a town where like there's this one weird house that no one really goes near, but like the pizza delivery place gets like a call saying to deliver a pizza, and they're like, oh, you got to deliver the pizza there, you got to call and deliver the pizza, and then they paid for it, so you got to go.
I don't know. I really like the idea of Stitch Lips being in the woods. You don't hear him. You hear trees rustles, but he's like going from like tree branch to tree branch. He's like armed with like two fucking knives, sort of thing. Like, I don't want to Blair Witch this sort of movie, sort of thing, but I just thought the idea of this
don't do that. That's
serial killer that's like in the woods, sort of thing. I don't know many of those.
Oh, maybe.
And the thing is, sound is what triggers
Yes.
Stitch Lips. Because he's not allowed to make a sound, he hates noise. So he purposely murders anybody that like makes a loud noise in his
Yes, so you could have that, right? Like she turns up at the house, can't find anyone, and then she beeps the horn, which obviously makes like a loud noise,
Which triggers Stitch Lips.
Stitch Lips.
And again, this guy is ripped.
Yeah.
Let's say he's wearing, I guess, trousers.
Maybe he's a bit like Leatherface.
But you-
like he's just a massive fucking dude.
But his whole torso is exposed, and he's got scars all over his body. He was tortured since he was a young boy. He has a shaved head. He has his mask you mentioned. He's got like trousers on but bare feet.
He could also have like maybe like weird like hinges on his arms that allow him to move.
Oh,
Some shit like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you could have that, and like she, like maybe she beeps the horn, like I'm waiting outside, and then that's what like triggers.
And
him.
all you see is his eyes, and they open.
Like, oh yes, fuck yeah.
You don't see his body or anything like. You just see his
Yeah,
eyes,
just
and they
see
open.
his eyes. And maybe his eyes should be like really weird. Like one of them should be like really big, and one of them should be like, I don't know.
Yeah, the
maybe,
pupils sort of
like,
thing.
maybe
Or
one of
maybe
them should
instead
be
of
like-
whites in his eyes, they're black or a different
like
colour.
maybe like in Lord of the Rings how like the Uruk-hai have like cat eyes.
Yes.
It could be like one
exactly,
of them could be like
because
that.
the guy's
It's
been
really
like he's been
weird.
genetically modified and shit to be the ultimate killer, and sort of like in the Pokemon movie, this backfired, and this ultimate killer now is like unleashed upon mankind.
And also the fact that like he's got this metal jaw that he made. You could have like a close up of that, just like opening and closing and like crunching.
And it makes a creak noise that he hates.
Yeah, it go, it's like rusty and shit.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Same with the hinges.
Yeah. Exactly.
And he hates the noise of it, sort of thing. It makes him angrier.
Oh, that'd be so fucking cool. Like, you could have scenes where, like, the characters are hiding, like, in the dark, and then you hear, like, the creaking and the... And then, like, that announces his presence. Like, that'd be... And, like, maybe the crunching of the teeth. That would be creepy. And, like,
there'll be a moment when all of the four realise, okay, this guy's finds us through sound. We need to be as quiet as possible. So they hear the creaking and they know where he is and they try and stay quiet. But obviously there'll be horror things. They'll knock a lamp over or something. And then as they hear that, it'll be like that moment in Lord of the Rings when Pippin put the bucket down the well, quiet for a moment, and then suddenly they hear...
Yeah, but they'll hear like...
They hear him suddenly coming towards them, so it'll be completely silent.
Yeah, like they'll make a noise, they can't see anything, but then they'll hear like... like the creaking of it.
I just thought the house has dodgy electrics, so sometimes lights work and then randomly they'll turn off and they'll be in darkness. But Stitch Lips can see in the dark. Stitch Lips, that's why his eyes are fucked up. He can see in the dark.
Or also,
like a cat,
at the wrong time they could turn on.
Exactly.
As well, like they could be like hiding, and suddenly a light flickers on.
Sort of like in the Doctor Who thing with the weeping angels and the lights go off and they come back on and they're right there.
Yes.
And there's a moment when they're all like back to back, like for example, because there's four of them, they're back to back on each side, lights go off, they come back on and Stitch Lips is right in the middle.
Yeah.
In front of all of their backs. And I like the idea of Stitch Lips having like dual knives, sort of like, right. Or can you think of like a better iconic weapon?
Oh damn!
I was thinking of him like.
I'm trying to think of like a really fucking brutal weapon that's like.
What if
maybe not even a weapon? Like a knife is a weapon, but like maybe he has like.
What if his fingernails were replaced with razor blades?
Maybe.
So he can just slash your throat open.
Like I think like with like Texas Chainsaw, it's like a chainsaw. It's not a weapon. It's like a tool. Like maybe if he had like something that he uses as a weapon that is not, actually a weapon. Like,
okay, we've mentioned that he doesn't feel pain, so maybe he mutilates himself by putting something inside his hand.
Oh, like he had razor blades like stitched into his fingers.
Yeah,
that'd be fucking sick.
So his whole hand is like it's all over his hand. Yeah. Like so one hand has like 20 razor blades in it.
Like if he grabs you by the neck, he just slices you.
Yeah,
over.
You think he's choking you, but he's actually just like, tearing your throat to ribbons.
Even if he grabs your wrist, he's fucking cutting you open.
And because he's so strong, his choke, if it lasts more than a few seconds, decapitates you. Yeah. He's so fucking powerful, like he clenches his fist and your head comes off.
Yeah, I feel like.
Okay, maybe both hands.
Actually, I think maybe we should have like if we're gonna make a real gory horror movie, we need to make
all practical effects.
Definitely, and also we need to make the suffering last longer. Because if you just snap someone's neck, it's like okay, they're dead. No, you got to draw out the pain, man.
He's definitely a sadist.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
He can't snap your neck, but he knows that's why he got the thing. So he's like carving you open and shit.
And there'll be a moment.
The last protagonist. The last lady, all right, like maybe he rakes his razor blades over her face, and then she's scarred.
Yeah.
And then that will set up a sequel for revenge.
However, the way he picks off the previous characters, though, I want the woman psychologist to have a moment when she realizes, hang on, the way this guy's behaving, he hasn't developed properly as a normal adult sort of thing. He's still sort of, and she tries to use her child psychology to sort of reason with him, and it works for him. You think it's beginning to work. She's reasoning with him. She's using all these clever little things to talk to him, sort of thing. But in the end, he just she comes within arm's length, tries to hug him as a mother.
Do you feel like that's a little bit of a cliche though?
Well,
maybe because there's always the thing. It's
I really wanted her.
There's always the let me try and get through to you thing, but then you can't because.
I really wanted something to play into him sort of personally rather than... okay, she's trying to use her tricks then and...
we could...
I think if the characters are able to establish even the smallest connection to their killer, that sort of it creates a lot more tension.
Yeah, I think maybe he could. I don't know. Maybe like he does the thing, but like can't help himself. He like kills like the people, and then he's like upset about it after. Also, I thought it'd be really fucking cool because thinking about like Leatherface, maybe like there's like a character with tattoos, and then he like because he's got razor blades in his fingers, he like slices off the tattoo and then like puts it on himself. It's a bit of a twist up of.
Can he do that to the guy's Confederate flag tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that'll be another moment. Obviously, he's gonna die, but we need to make it a cool death. So, we've established, he has his own handmade bolt gun, and he has his own bolts, and he's got like a quiver, or wherever you keep crossbow bolts. I don't know if that's kept in a quiver like a bow. Yeah. Anyway, and the thing is, there'll be this whole battle scene. It's like a long hallway. I'm talking a long hallway. Let me get through this. A long hallway, and this guy's firing bolts. And it goes through Stitch Lip's arm. It gets lodged, but Stitch Lip is still coming. Shoots him. I'm talking like Boromir before he died. Like, bolts keep going in Stitch Lips. And by the time he gets close to the guy, Stitch Lips now has like fucking 20 crossbow bolts shot into him, sort of thing. And the hillbilly like throws his crossbow on the ground and says like, "You look fucking stupid." And then I kind of wanted to give him a badass sort of death sort of thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, how would we kill him? Like, I feel like what would be kind of cool is so he's like filled up. He's like been ventilated with like crossbow bolts and stuff like that. But then at the same time, I feel like it'd be kind of cool to have like a weird sort of sword fight with the fucking sword, maybe, and then maybe.
He runs out of bolts after lodging things with it, and then he takes his sword out.
Or let's switch it around.
Right?
He has a fucking American Civil War like single action revolver, shoots him a load of time that does nothing, and then he pulls out the crossbow, ka-ching, and like bolt through the fucking face.
Wait, so that would kill him though, wouldn't it?
What? Well, yeah, aren't we trying to kill the dude?
So Stitch Lips is going to die? Wait, I thought are we going to have only the girl as the survivor?
Oh, no, wait, are we going to franchise?
We can franchise.
No, I
thought only the one person was going to survive.
Oh, no, that's fine. We'll do
I wanted like the psychologist to die, this guy to die.
We'll do the Friday the 13th. You think he's dead, and then at the end, turns up at the end. Because he's okay, because he's like...
I really wanted to kill this guy, as well as the rent boy.
Wait, who do you want to kill?
Pretty much, we have to leave one alive, don't we?
Well, yeah, but do you want to have Stitch Lips dying, or do you want to have him turning up like at the end of Friday the 13th?
Stitch Lips can't...
if we're going to make a franchise out of this, Stitch Lips can't die.
Stitch Lips, by all means, can survive. He can be defeated but fine. But I thought we were going to kill the hillbilly, kill the child psychologist, kill the rent boy, and the other person would be the survivor that defeats him.
Yeah, so we could have a good bit. So like the hillbilly thinks that he's killed Stitch Lips, but then maybe Stitch Lips suddenly wakes up, pulls out one of the crossbow bolts, and just shoves it into Hillbilly's eyes.
Right,
and kills him.
That's pretty cool. How shall we kill the rent boy? Because he's dressed as Harley Quinn, I kind of want his death to be something about that. Like maybe a big hammer just fucking brains him or something like.
Oh my god, how are we going to kill the rent boy?
There's a sentence you normally say.
That's not really a sentence that you're going to hear in any other podcast.
How do you kill the rent boy?
How do you kill the rent boy?
How do you kill the rent boy dressed as Harley Quinn with a massive dick?
How do you kill most rent boys?
Let's ask Republicans.
Oh, it's okay. We're British. We don't care about you.
I kind of want I kind of want him to oddly. Okay, feel free to stop me if this is a wrong turn. But he's sort of attracted to Stitch Lips.
Can you imagine?
Tries to seduce him.
Oh, can you imagine that? Be like.
I mean, I said he was ripped.
Yeah, you could. You could have like one of those fake out things. Where it's like, oh, hello, big boy.
Exactly. Because usually you get the female whore in a horror film, but we've got a male
Yes,
whore.
we are subverting expectations.
Instead of the female whore in a horror film, we've got a male rent
Yes,
boy that tries to
exactly.
seduce the psychopathic killer.
Oh yeah. And then how does Stitch
Oh.
Lips kill him?
I don't know, cuts his dick off and he bleeds to death.
Oh no.
Does his death
it's
have
got to
to-
be something way worse.
Does his death? I feel like his death has to do with because a lot of really good horror films have their death like something to do with what the person is themselves.
I feel that for this shot, for this scene, we could actually just imply shit. So we could have Rent Boy just like, trying to seduce, Stitch Lips. And then, as he's about to do it, it then cuts. And then we just have a shot of like a dick, like just flopping onto like a floor.
I quickly
and then,
want
and
to
then, and then just cut, and that's it.
quickly need to point out in Stitch Lips is in no way homophobic. He's psychopathic. He's not killing the rent boy because he's gay. He's killing him because he wants to kill him.
Rent Boy might not even be gay. He just needs the money.
That's a point.
But like you could have that. Like tries to do that, and then next
An
thing you
aspiring
see,
actor wears a scarf.
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't gonna. I'm a good boy. Oh no. But yeah, no, just have that. Like Rent Boy trying to seduce Stitch Lips, and then and then it cuts, and then cuts, and then the next thing is that we just see like a dick, just like flop, like dick and balls, just like going up.
A really well endowed dick as well.
No, he's gonna have a big dick, like just like flopping on the floor, and then it cut, and that's it.
The sort of thing you have to bend around your thigh.
It's like leave, because I think that's one good thing about horror movies. Good horror movies is that like leaving stuff up to the audience imagination can actually do more.
Well, you can picture. They can then picture what happened. If you show them what happened,
Yeah.
everyone just be like,
Yes,
well, I
oh.
thought that would have been better.
Yeah, but it was well, that's what it looks like, whatever. But like, if you just leave them to imagine it, I think that'd be good.
Okay, so we've killed off the hillbilly, we've killed off the rent boy. How are we going to kill off the child psychologist? Because we talked about earlier her trying to use her child psychology on Stitch Lips and all that sort of thing. But how are we going to kill her?
Okay, so what is her character going to be like?
She's very maternal. She wants to try and save Stitch Lips. Try and,
Okay, so she's quite self-righteous.
Yes, she is self-righteous. Like I said, she has a hero complex. She thinks like she can save everyone else. Like, I have the knowledge. I can, turn into the light side of the Force.
This is going to be brutal. I think
She's
Stitch
like Luke
Lips-
Skywalker.
I think Stitch Lips should go up to her and sort of act as if she's getting through to him,
Yeah.
and then bite her fucking face off with his metal teeth.
Ooh, her whole face off.
Yeah, just
That'll be a
rip it
really
off.
good scene of a faceless
Yeah,
head.
just peeling off.
Arrgh.
Yeah, exactly.
Her
then-
nose is gone. She's screaming.
there's
The blood
teeth,
and the sound
and
of her
then she just
scream just
fucking-
drives him insane because he hates noises,
Right.
and she's gonna scream like
Yeah.
fuck.
Yes. Exactly.
Bites her face off. She's
Yeah.
shrieking.
Yes.
Hates
Oh,
it.
fuck yes, dude.
Drives
yes.
him into a frenzy.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. That's how we should kill her. And we should make it like cathartic for her to be killed.
And because she was really self-righteous the whole time. Always talking about her doctorates, how people don't understand. Kids like
Yeah, do you know how fucking much I hate it? When it's well, the thing is, it's like, I know how you feel. Do you know? When people
Yeah,
say,
she's
I know
like-
how you feel. It's like, shut the fuck up. No
she
one
is
knows how you feel.
analysing everybody the whole movie.
Or like, has like, it's like, I know how you feel about this.
Absolute delusions of
Because
grandeur.
I'm from California.
And because Stitch Lips hates the noise, he just like rips her head off
Exactly.
then
And
after
that could also be like a good dark joke, the fact that her noise is so grating that he bites her face off. Because let's be honest,
We'll portray her. There'll even be a moment early on when one of the guys goes, God, man, your voice is so shrill.
annoying. Yes.
Your voice
yes.
is so shrill, it
Yes.
pierces my ears.
Yes.
And then as her faceless screams pisses off Stitch Lips, he rips off her head.
Yeah. Exactly.
That is great.
Because it makes it like you've met so many people whose voices are just so annoying. You're just like, oh mate, just shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
It's not I don't like what you're saying. It's just the fact that your voice is annoying as fuck.
I've met people whose voices could qualify as contraception.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
we've killed off everyone in a really funny and awesome way. How does the surviving girl defeat Stitch Lips?
Okay, so I got I got two ideas how she does it,
Let's hear it.
and neither of them are particularly good, but we'll give it a go. So at one point I thought it's like, so he got Stitch, and he's got all like these sort of metal joint things that help him move or some shit. I thought maybe she could like pull one of them out and kill him with it.
Is she strong?
I don't know, but
okay, so we'd have to make him get into like a vulnerable state where she sees that opportunity. Maybe he's trapped in something.
Yeah, like maybe he could fall off like a high height and like break something.
So she sort of like Home Alone's him. She creates a sort of like a little moment where she knows the floor is like British. We could establish that early in the movie, like careful of that floor. It looks a little unstable, and then at the end of the film, she can purposely make him step on it.
Oh, yes. Okay, we could do that. Like maybe she like jumps off something high, and she knows that she's gonna get like wounded and like break her leg or something. But then she knows that he's gonna like jump over after her, and then like one of his metal sort of things snaps, and then she picks it up, just stabs him to death with it.
Oh yeah, like we could even. No, it's great. We'll make
this is going to be a really gory.
That's the thing. And you know what made that more satisfying? We'll establish in the opening with her that she's a vegetarian and she doesn't like violence to animals. And then at the ending, now that her survival's on the line, she's going to fucking mince this motherfucker.
Yeah, like
we'll portray her as like a hippie sort of person, vegetarian. Violence isn't the way. And the only way to save her life by the end of this movie is being as violent as possible.
You gotta watch Guns Akimbo. Like that's like one of like the big things.
So we'll give her like a colourful top, braided hair, harems, and all that sort of thing. And the way she ends this movie is by taking one of his metal things and just fucking.
I mean, have you seen the latest Texas Chainsaw film?
I didn't.
Okay, no, don't. It's really bad. But like,
I heard it was bad.
It is really bad. I mean, it's got Nell Hudson in it, which obviously, she's really hot. But it's like there's one of the main characters like makes fun of like a Texas guy because they're in Texas, obviously because it's a Texas chainsaw. It's like, oh my god, like how small does your dick have to be to have a gun? But then at the end of the film, they're just like, oh please help us. And it's like, oh my fuck.
I don't know, do you like
that?
And
then also she fucking shoots her in the face with a gun, and he's like, oh, you fucking California fucks.
Oh, okay, so this is maybe an idea that's sort of not a good one then. Like, if she was previously established as peaceful and now she's sort of having to kill him, or...
I'm
not saying it's an arc, I'm just saying it's like juxtaposition. Like, everyone says they're peaceful until it's time to not be.
Exactly. Again, in Guns Akimbo, it's like, when the shit goes down, you better be ready. And it's like, you might not like violence, but like if violence comes find you.
So do you like this idea as the climax?
Yeah,
the hippie girl has to choose violence.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty fun, and also it's going to be really gratuitous.
Okay, so like we'll do the sort of like it's thunder
like
and
cut
lightning.
off like the top of his skull. You know what I mean?
Ooh, how's he going to survive that? I thought we wanted.
Well, he's not. He's going to die.
I thought we wanted a franchise.
Oh, is he one franchise?
I thought we were going to do franchise.
Oh.
We can have him like stab his jugular a bunch of times and shit like that, and he can fall. And it's possible he survives.
Maybe she could like shoot him.
How big is this house? Shall we say 3-4 stories or?
Yes.
I think he should fall.
Yeah. But also so like they can be chased like around the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So like you got like good set.
Every person's killed in a different part of the house.
Yeah, you got good set. And there could be different like horror like aspects in the house. Shit like like the hanging hands and shit.
Oh, we could have a kitchen where the killer has put like body parts in the kitchen hanging up on meat hooks and shit.
Definitely. And like we could draw inspiration from like real serial killers like Ed Gein. We could have like lamps that are made out of human skin. You know, all that good stuff.
This Stitch Lips guy is a weird guy.
Yeah, stitching, like, yeah.
Shall we randomly throw in an Xbox in a corner somewhere?
Yes. But
And he plays Doom or something.
An original Xbox as well. Not a 360, not an Xbox One, like an original Xbox.
Just for the fuck of it, yeah,
And then
I love
we'll
that.
Again, like, what game are we going to put on there? Like Battlefront or some shit like that.
What about the original Halo?
Oh, yeah, we've got Halo. Yeah, Halo 2, maybe.
But no, I like that. So she's on like the top of the roof. No, Stitch Lips chases her onto the roof of the house. She's trying to escape. She's like hanging onto a weather vane, similar to like Luke Skywalker in the Empire Strikes Back.
Die Hard.
Yeah, he's onto the roof, and he has his
That's not
hinge.
the end though, but he does go on the rooftop.
Yeah, has his hinge sort of thing. She takes it jugular. Let's do 10 times. A complete still shot. It doesn't cut or anything. Just fucking.
Yeah. Or if we're gonna go like supernatural, like she could stab him a load of times. But
I don't think it's
doesn't bleed.
supernatural. I think it's something we can justify it because, like we say, he grew up in a laboratory, so they've like messed with his like biological composition. Sort of thing.
So like
maybe he has a healing factor or something.
Yeah, like he doesn't bleed as much and shit.
Doesn't bleed as much, and his body is able to suppress this and that sort of thing. So he doesn't injure like a normal human, and he doesn't feel pain.
What if they've done like some fucking like weird sort of scientific shit where they've like sort of encased his like, you know, arteries in like metal that are like protected.
We don't want to make him too perfect.
Well, no, but like it could be like really gruesome that he's got like she could like stab him in the neck, and then she sees that like his jugular is encased in metal, so it's like protected because he's like a sick experiment.
Yeah. And even and that affects...
We're going real gruesome with this. I like it.
I also like the fact, like, if we make it a thunderstorm, the sound of the lightning and the thunder is fucking with him as well, sort of thing.
Yeah,
like, 'cause he
makes
hates
him more
the
like
sound.
unhinged and violent.
Exactly. Towards the
Yeah.
end, he's like a thrashing beast. Like, he started off the movie as a sophisticated killer, and now he's gradually evolved into this maniac.
That is a fucking character arc, and I'm on board with it. All right, what are we
And then
call it?
she'll just like throw him off the roof, disappears, and a helicopter. I don't know. At some point, they called in some. Her father runs a helicopter company or something.
And then they do like a fucking loudspeaker thing, you know, the bullhorn, and that unhinges him even more because it's a loud noise. So like all like.
You know what? To a point, he rips off his mask and he actually rips out his stitches.
Oh fuck!
And
yes,
he
dude.
screams for the first time
and-
without his tongue.
Yeah, and also when he does that, he fucking like unhinges his jaw.
Slices his cheeks and that,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's
And just unhinges, so it's just pouring. Oh yes.
without a tongue and everything.
Oh yes, that'd be fucking.
And she
gruesome.
gets on the rope ladder to safety, sort of thing, and maybe they set the house on fire and Stitch Lips falls into the blaze.
Yeah.
Like in the opening of Van Helsing when Frankenstein fell into the fire.
Oh. Okay.
But he'll survive.
And what we're gonna come to the hardest part of this film. What the fuck are we gonna call it?
Okay,
I'm thinking.
be quiet. That's a little soft.
Be quiet.
It's a little soft.
Oh.
We want to somehow incorporate noise as a crucial factor.
But I kind of like the fact that the amount of gruesomeness that we're putting into this film and how sort of like benign that title sounds.
Be quiet.
Kind of makes sense in a way.
We capitalised, maybe if we
so
capitalise
gruesome,
the
so
Q
violent,
and
but
the
it's-
U and the T.
Yeah.
So Q-U-I-E-T, but we capitalise the Q, U and T or something.
Yeah, but I kind of like how the fact that like we're making a really gruesome, violent film, but it's just called Be Quiet. I kind of like how
Because it
like,
starts off them thinking that's how we'll survive. If he can't hear us, he can't kill us.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Be Quiet.
And the killer...
That's good. I like that. Actually, I don't actually have a better name.
Alright.
All right, so
Stitch
ladies and-
Lips the killer in Be Quiet.
So, yeah.
I like to think quickly that the protagonist we made for that, I can't think of an interesting, more sort of odd, what's it called, like Odd Company sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's cool. I mean, like,
That'd be a fun horror film if we ever do this again. The sequel, you know what the sequel will be? Soldiers versus Stitch Lips. Like a Band of Brothers meets Stitch Lips sort of thing. Like a regiment, for whatever reason, they miss their rendezvous point.
Like the fucking National Guard or something.
Yeah, they're trying to hunt him down.
Maybe they're like, I mean, a bit like dog soldiers. Like, maybe they're like on like exercise and then they just like run into him.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And he's halfway healing. He's got now burn wounds all over him, but he's still Stitch Lips. He's redone his face up. He reclaimed
and
his
he's done it
mask.
himself, so it's even more like
grotesque.
Maybe he does.
And the sound of their gunfire is what triggers him the most. So then the soldiers realise they have to fight him without because the sound of their guns. Yeah. Soldiers having to rely without their guns to fight off Stitch Lips.
Yeah, and you could even have shit like just like the cocking of a gun or something that because
it echoes.
Alerts him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be a good sequel.
God, we're already running. Sequel!
Fucking suck our dicks, Insidious.
Yeah, fuck.
You and your gas masks. I hate that film so much. It pains me there's like 5 of them.
I mean, the first one's alright.
What, with Darth Maul?
I mean, until that point. Until that point.
And the second one with the fucking... What is it?
Yeah, the second one was like, we need to get out of this haunted house, so we're going to move into an even creepier house.
With the drag queen killer. And then there's the third one, which is the geriatric fucking old man.
I fucking watched that film with you, do you remember?
Yes!
And you only had one reaction, which is when the girl got ran over by a car and you laughed.
It was out of nowhere. I couldn't help it.
She got run over by a car, you just went... And that was literally it. I remember watching that film with you in uni.
Yeah, it was shit. I didn't watch the fourth one. Apparently, the poster had a guy with a key for his finger.
Yeah,
my dad watched it and he told me about it.
The Lost Key or the Last Key. I didn't watch it either. No, I distinctly remember watching the third one with you in uni.
No.
And that was the only reaction that you had through the entire film, was laughing when a girl got ran over by a car.
I really want to emphasise in this movie, no CGI.
No, it's all practical.
Yeah, it's like the fucking Evil Dead remake. We can make so much good shit out of prosthetics, blood hoses and makeup.
Yeah, Nothing can beat practical effects.
Even if there are times it looks cheesy, as you and I know, people will appreciate what they're seeing is there.
Looking cheesy and there's looking real. And practical effects are real.
Yes.
And again, I can't tell you how many times I've watched films with really bad, gun muzzle flashes, bad, blood burst effects, and you're just like, oh, look, I know that some of the actors that you got are really expensive, but you should have put your budget somewhere else.
I can already see it now. My favourite moment in this movie is going to be the movie that doesn't exist, is when the hillbilly guy's putting bolt after bolt in the guy, and I'm picturing that moment from Terminator 2 when Sarah Connor keeps shotgunning the T-1000, and it creates the thing that he just keeps coming towards. It's like this unstoppable boogeyman.
Yeah.
So there'll be so many different moments and different elements that makes this guy seem like he's just unable to stop.
Yeah.
And I think that's another good. You will not win against Stitch Lips. This girl wins by the skin of her fucking teeth. She's on the roof. There's a this guy does sort of have a weakness similar to Daredevil. Loud noises do distract him in a way, but...
And I feel like it's, it's like she doesn't really win because of smartness. She just happens to win through blind luck.
Yes. That makes it more scary. No one else can put themselves in the situation and they'd survive.
Yeah. Oh, right. I think that would be a good film. Good couple of films.
Quick there. George Evans, if you do attempt to bring this to life, I can't fucking wait.
Yeah. I mean...
At the very least, we get someone that would have to listen to our podcast all the way through for once in the series.
I know. Also, George, thank you for drawing my picture the other night. That was pretty cool. Paid you with a pizza.
You know, on 2 years from now, when someone is rewatching this, they're going to find that sentence very confusing.
Oh, I'll show you the picture you drew.
Show me after we finish recording.
All right,
guys, that is our horror film. We've now done a sci-fi action adventure movie. We've now done a scarily tantalising horror movie. Let us know down in the comments what movie you want me and Rod to pitch next. Is it going to be a romance movie, a comedy movie, I don't know, a fucking detective movie? What other genres exist? Oh, ask us to do our own superhero movie. How fucking fun could that be? We do our own version of Hancock or something, where instead of like throwing a whale into the ocean, our superhero will walk up on stage in an awards ceremony and slap the villain in the face. Or whatever random thing comes to my head.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. Should I close this out? Ladies and gentlemen, stay young, stay gold, and until next time, you've been listening to
Laughing on a